that has been a funny thing.
You seem like you're really cool. You're young. You're in LA.
Thank you. Super fucking single.
What does that mean, super single?
I don't know. Like, honestly, like, it's not just you. Like, that kind of thing. When it comes to dates and stuff like that, or even just human interaction. Oh, one of my favorite things to ask people.
But you're also 12. You didn't know any better, but now you do.
Well, but like, I kind of did know better, but I was like, fuck you. It's not the end of the world and that kind of deal.
It's
and
really
also,
healthy.
like, you know, sometimes what people say is not what they mean. A period mix? Oh my God. No.
Like,
okay, like now it's funny.
You don't want to talk to your parents about that first time?
No.
Lily, thanks for being here. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
So let's get started. Where are you from? How long you been in LA? What's the story?
So I have been in LA since like 2018 officially, but I started like spending time of the year out here when I was like 13, just like trying to be an actress and whatever. Cause I grew up in Georgia, like in the suburbs, and I always begged my parents to let me be an actress and whatever. And then when I turned like 10, one of my mom's friends had said to her, like, oh, your daughter has this dream, whatever. When I was around her age, I was approached by like a gymnastics Olympic training camp person to like come and, you know, move to the next step in gymnastics and eventually go to the Olympics, and my parents wouldn't let me do it, and I never forgave them. So if you have the resources, fucking let your kid try. And they did. And so eventually, by the time I was 17, my brother was done with high school, and my parents were like, fuck Georgia. We so prefer LA. And so we all moved. And then my brother
family moved for you?
Yeah, my parents moved, and then my brother moved a little bit later because he was like, you know, something that I want to do is grow weed, which he is now like killing it at. So it really worked out. California family.
I love that you both got to follow your dreams.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Like, because I don't know. I mean, you can't grow weed in Georgia, at least not right now. So it worked out.
I wouldn't know about that, but California, you damn sure can.
That's
damn
awesome.
sure
right,
can.
So in 2018, you made it the official move with the fam to be an actress.
Yeah.
Is that still what you're doing? Acting the main thing?
Yeah, that's still what I'm doing. Acting's the main thing. I recently started like doing some acting teaching, which I kind of accidentally fell into, like kind of as like a survival job, you know? And that has been a funny thing. So there's that. But yeah, acting's the main thing. But every now and then I find myself on Zoom like, here is how you pronounce the word there. I know that you can't see it on that paper, but we're going to figure it out together.
Is it predominantly children that you're teaching?
Yeah, it's mostly kids. There's some adults who do know how to read, which is really cool.
That's always a good thing.
But yeah.
What's the main acting role that you teach? Teach us. Teach me. Hannah has some acting experience. I have zero. So what would you teach?
Well, honestly, like the big thing, because first of all, I kind of just started doing it, and all of the actors that I've been teaching are very, very new. And I found that with a lot of like baby actors, you really have to tell them like, you don't have to use your hands. Oh, sorry. So much like, you know, they're like, what do I do today? Should I call someone on the phone? Should I tell somebody? Like, you know, it's very hand movement.
Does that come from like the Disney influence?
I don't know.
So wait, they're supposed to use their hands or they're not supposed to use their hands?
They're not supposed, like, I'm like, okay.
Not as much.
Not as much. Because, you know, like, I was a big Disney Channel aficionado as a kid, and they weren't doing that. I mean, maybe they do now.
That's like in Talladega Nights when Will Ferrell's like, I don't know what to do with my hands.
Yeah.
Where do they go?
Yeah.
But also being an Italian, all we do is talk like this, and people are just like, are you having a seizure? I'm like, oh no, sorry, I'm just talking.
No, you're just very expressive people. And like, I literally, after marrying an Italian, and what we've been married for a year and a half, and being in his family for 4 years, I now find myself doing this when I'm around his family. I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
isn't that supposed to mean like fuck you or like something like that?
It's just like an expressive thing of just like, you know what, like, hey, listen, like, you need to like, it's kind of like a full stop or an exclamation point, but in
like period.
hand forming, period. Thanks. I want to get into dating because I feel like...
Yeah, so you seem like you're really cool. You're young. You're in LA.
Thank you.
Single? Relationship?
Oh, super fucking single.
What does that mean, super single?
Well, it just means like, I don't know. I've found that I'm very particular about the kind of guys that I end up being into. And it'll, first of all, never be a guy who I think is hot. And so it's kind of hard to go off of the like, oh, like I see that guy from across the bar. I want to talk to him because I'm like, are you my best friend and then we're going to get married? And like, I don't find that too often. But as of now, yeah, single.
Are you happy to be single or would you like to be in a relationship?
You know, it kind of like comes in waves because sometimes I'm like, so many of my friends like Eden and Jonathan, you know, they're so happy. And some of my other friends are in relationships. And when it's great, I'm like, damn, I want that. And then when it sucks, I'm like, psh, like, have fun, guys. Like, good luck. But I feel like, I don't know, I am so accustomed to living a life with myself and with my friends that I think I don't crave it because I never really feel like, oh, fuck, like there's this missing piece and whatever. Not that like that's what a significant other would be, but I don't really find myself like craving it that often. But, you know, Valentine's Day rolls around, I'm like, oh, shit. Like, you know.
No, damn straight. I think it comes with age, you know what I mean? Like there really isn't a lot of pressure, especially in your early 20s for that whole like settling down or like perhaps quote unquote finding that missing piece. Because you're right, it's not about a missing piece. It's about someone who compliments you and fills you up as much as you fill them up. Okay, I want to get into some dating questions because we have some like wild and wonderful ones. What do you have like, first and foremost, do you have any like wild date stories? Scary?
Wild
gross,
date stories.
Or
hilarious.
have you had any dates when was your last date?
My last date, I mean, I was kind of in like a situationship-y sort of situation like earlier this year, like around
Situationship-y type of situation.
you know, like it was just, well, that, I mean, yeah, I don't know, like honestly, like I didn't tell you guys, but I'm sort of the worst person to be on this podcast because I don't really like date that much at all. But this last dude, like, it was just like a funny, stupid shit show because this guy like only uses a flip phone. He didn't have any social media. And it's like mad respect, but you know, some of our friends tried to set us up, didn't really work out. And he like tracked me down, asked friends for my phone number. We're going out, we're going on dates. We're like together all the time. And then we're like, he's driving me home one day and I'm like, shit, like it's such a beautiful day. Like it sucks that you're busy. Like we could hang out. And he was like, oh, like that's not what this is. And I was like, I'm sorry, what? Like, what do you mean? And he was like, yeah, no. Like he just meant like you can like come over, but we're not. And I'm like, And then it literally ended because I was like, so you don't want to like be my friend? Like I'm not asking to get married here, but we can't be friends. And at first he was like, no, that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. And then he called me a couple days later and was like, yeah, that is what I meant.
So
and then
he set the situationship
boundaries.
Yeah.
Well, after he was like, I don't know. It's so funny how shit like that unfolds sometimes because he like tracked me down to get my numbers. Like, you know, we're going out, we're doing the whole thing. He like bought me like a toothbrush to have at his house. And then he's like, this is not like this isn't going anywhere.
What the fuck? He searches you out. He goes to that much effort to be able to do so. Like he buys you a toothbrush.
Yeah, he bought
But is he your age? Is he in his young
Yeah,
20s?
yeah.
I mean, checks out.
I feel like I feel like that's a little bait and switch.
I'm glad he doesn't have
It is,
social
of
media.
course.
If he
It
sees
is.
this, he's gonna be like, what?
It is a bait and switch.
No, I swear that's
like
what it
wants
is.
the situationship.
I don't like it.
He was like, I'm going to get you a toothbrush because the situation that I want to be in is you're going to be at my house.
Yeah.
Okay, speaking of that, what's your definition of a fuckboy?
Oh, my definition of a fuckboy is like I post a lot, actually, is a big thing. And like I don't know, to me it like has a lot to do with social media usage and also like, I don't know, maybe I have one earring and maybe I feel like I can pick a fuckboy out more easily with my eyes than I can like by speaking to someone. I don't know, because anybody can talk to me and I'm so gullible. I'll be like, yeah, you're amazing. But I don't know.
More based on appearance?
Yeah, or
like
I mean
action?
like how they go about like their presentation of themselves, whether that's like on socials or whatever. And it's like, I'm posting I have like a 10 photo carousel post of my creepy trip to Europe that you don't know how I got there. And I'm posting those photos onto my story with like a song that everybody's heard that I think is special. Like, I'm sorry, but like a lot of people do actually know the Strokes. It's not just you. Like that kind of thing.
Well, in that context, I feel like when I met you forced me out of my fuckboy ways. My
sure did.
Instagram
was it bad?
Oh, it was like no shirt on, like professional.
Oh,
And she was like, when we started dating, she was like, you have to take all those pictures up. I was like, why? Like,
She was looking out for you.
Yeah, now I know. But I thought,
well, especially as a CEO of a company, I was like, bro, you cannot have those photos up there. Like, it just gives the wrong impression. And you were a very genuine human, but you were like, there was an edge of fuckboy. But I think you were already transitioning out of that as you kind of got into your early 30s anyway.
Well, I feel like that's kind of the cool thing about guys who don't have social media, because it's like you could be a really dope person, but then if you just so happen to curate your life on Instagram or TikTok or whatever in a way that makes you look like just total fuckboy mode, then you're setting yourself up for failure.
Dude, I could not fucking agree more.
Yeah.
I want to know what one of perhaps like the most left of center or maybe even uncomfortable questions that you wish more people asked on a first date.
Oh God. I feel like when it comes to dates and stuff like that, or even just human interaction. Oh, one of my favorite things to ask people is, what's the worst thing you've done to somebody else on purpose? Ooh. I love to ask that question because it's like, then everything's out there, you know, and also like no judgment unless it's something really terrible, in which case, okay, we figured that out. Good night. But
also
I think
the person
that's a really
that
fun
says,
question.
Like the deepest, darkest secrets.
Wait, what is your
first
response to that? Let's flip it on you.
And people have done that to me a lot. I mean, like when I was younger, like I would just be like a cunt to people on the internet, and I knew what I was doing. And so I've spent kind of the rest of my adult life kind of trying to like compensate for the fact that like when I was 12, I was an asshole to people.
Give us an example.
Online. Or just like fucking tweeting people and being like, I hate you, or like or just like you're ugly, blah 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 blah, like stuff like that, where it's like there was no reason. Lily, you did not have to do that. You didn't have to do that. Now you have in-school suspension. Good job.
But you're also 12. You didn't know any better, but now you do.
Well, but like I kind of did know better, but I was like, fuck you. Like
I'm glad that you're trying to repent now.
Yeah,
I really
literally daily I'm trying to repent. You will not catch me being mean to people on the internet.
What's the worst thing you've done on purpose to somebody?
Oh fuck.
That's a great question. I'm actually trying to think what I've done.
Well, and it's like, can you think of it, but you don't want to say it? Like, you know, you got to figure out.
I don't know if this is like the worst, because it's like it had a good end result, but it was pretty shitty. I had my best friend actually. She called me, told me that she was cheating on her boyfriend, and I was friends with the boyfriend, and then I felt so bad because I really liked him as a human being, so I called him and told him.
Were you closer with the girl though?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's what I was like. Well, the thing is, we all lived together, and so it was so difficult because I was like, this is fucking awkward. Like I know what you're doing. I know that you are like really fucking up at this present moment in time, and I told her, if you don't tell him, I'm going to tell him.
Wow, Lily
and then she didn't.
Just opened up a new side of you that I've never
You
known.
go.
I've never done anything bad to anybody.
Right.
At least that I could think of.
I'm going to get that question out of you on the way home. But it's so fucking rude that you made me answer and you won't even answer it.
Yeah,
pussy.
wow. He
Sabotage.
flipped it on us immediately.
Manipulation.
Absolute pussy. All
Well,
right.
there's his answer.
Who pays for
I just did it right there, right?
Yeah.
taking this ring off and walking out. Yeah. Who pays on my first date?
Guy. I really like chivalry in that way where I'm like, yes, that's you. That's on you.
Question.
Love you.
Do you do the reach? Do you do the reach?
No, I don't.
You don't?
And I didn't even well, that's like kind of the thing is like, I haven't done much like girl talking about like the rules of first dates and shit like that. Like, I don't know, because so many of my friends are like seasoned daters and like relationship people and whatever, where it's like, I don't know. And or the last first date that I was on, I didn't even have like a wallet in my purse. Like,
were you that meme where they open up their bag and there's like nothing in there?
I'm like, I have a Sunny Angel that has jelly beans on its head, and I have 4 different lip glosses, and I have my friend's necklace, and I have like a lot of sand and a passport.
What would you do if the guy asked you to split it?
Well, I'd be like, I can Venmo you. I didn't bring my debit card.
That's nice though.
I mean, that is nice.
Yeah, I mean, because also it's like if you're there. Well, wait, there was a date. It wasn't like the first time that I had like hung out with this guy. Like we had been seeing each other for like a couple of months, or like a month, I think, and then we went out on a date, and he was like, he didn't have literally any money at all, and like, but you know,
he didn't own money, or he didn't have it.
He didn't own money.
He didn't
possess money, and so, but you know, but he's like, we got along so well, and it was like whatever, like, you know, pay for it. Like I mean, so I say like, I'm not reaching for the shit, like, and I won't. But if you don't possess money, then I mean, we got to get out of here somehow.
Never saying it any other way. You don't possess money.
You have to make a marketing skit like guys who don't possess money.
All right, last one for this kind of like little section. I want to know what your most unusual or weirdest dating deal breaker is.
Oh, deal breaker. Shit, you know?
Or do you not have any?
I might not have any, to be totally honest with you.
That's so beautiful and open, Lily.
Well, I mean, maybe I just don't know what it is yet, and I can get back to you on that. But
True.
I don't think I have like a straight up deal breaker.
So not possessing money is not a deal breaker. It's just inconvenient in the moment.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, yeah, I don't give a shit. You know, like, if it's a first date, I'm like, okay, you asked me on a date, so figure it out.
Should have possessed
But
some
at the
kind
end
of
of the
money.
day, it's like, I don't know. It doesn't really. Yeah, I don't think I have deal breakers. I mean,
Really?
you know what?
That's a great answer.
I will say though, if somebody has like really fucked up, like, you know, just god awful breath from hell, that's not gonna work.
While
But
you were
that doesn't
saying
really
that, I was
happen.
anticipating what you were going to say.
Like
and
what
for
it's
some
gonna be.
reason, my mind went to toes.
So did mine.
Why?
Wait, that's
Weird.
funny because when I was searching for
Why?
one in my head, I was also thinking like feet. What can
You just
I
said that they
say?
have really weird fucked up, and I was like, toes?
toes.
So weird. My brain went there too.
You know what? I can't even say that though because I have a scar on my foot that looks like a bullet hole because I got like bit by a spider and then it was really bad. And now like whenever I'm at the nail salon, you know, they're looking at me like, dude, what the fuck is this? And so if I feel like they're like judging me a little too hard, I'll like pretend to be on the phone and be like, yeah, when I got shot, it was so bad. So they'll be like, oh fuck, sorry.
Then they feel
Like,
bad for you.
Yeah.
Smart.
So I can't judge feet. I'm not allowed to.
Fair and smart.
My wiki feet rating isn't that bad, but like I can't judge feet. It wouldn't be fair.
Clip that right there.
I'm up?
Yep.
Okay. Do you think that you meet people for a reason, a season, or a lifetime?
Well, I mean, hopefully some people I meet for a lifetime, but I feel like everybody is for a reason.
Okay. Now, have you ever met anyone that surprised you by being one instead of the other? Where you thought it was for maybe a season and it was for a lifetime?
Well, she's single, so no.
Well, it could be
Yeah,
a friend.
exactly.
Oh, true.
Yeah, I mean, like, I've got a big group of girlfriends, and we're all like super, super close, like family. And two of those girls, their names are Emma and Bella. I met them both when I was like pretty young, and we were never close. And it was like, oh yeah, like this is a girl from my acting class, and like, oh, this is the ex-girlfriend of this guy who I'm friends with, whatever. And then they became two of my best friends like years later. And now like all of us girls, there's 8 of us, we're like totally fucking inseparable. And I wouldn't have guessed that at the time because they were 2 girls where I'm like, you're so much cooler than me. Like, thank you for not bullying my ass right now. And now they're, you know, 2 of my
8
absolute
good friends
closest
in LA. That's
Oh yeah.
good.
Hard.
We're so fucking lucky. Our Friendsgivings go ape shit.
Yeah?
Yes.
Sounds it.
Nice. How do you think ghosts of your past relationships have shaped your view of love today?
I mean, I feel like, I don't know, it's sort of given me the perspective that I feel really happy to have, which is like everything does kind of happen for a reason. And, you know, like just go into something. Well, I've also learned like go in with not super high expectations of, oh, we're going to get married. And like, just kind of like coming to the understanding of like, if something fizzles out, like it's not the end of the world and that kind of deal. And
really
also
healthy.
like, you know, sometimes what people say is not what they mean. And that's at the end of the day fucking fine. Because I mean, as long as what they said that they didn't mean is like, I swear I'm not going to murder you. And then they do, that would be bad. But it hasn't come to that yet. It's just been like, I really like you. And you changed my view on marriage. Actually, fuck you, go to hell. Like, you know, and that's not going to kill me.
Love it.
The analogies you have make me giggle.
What's the best advice you've ever ignored about a relationship?
Don't fucking talk to that guy. Like, he's weird. Don't go for that.
Was it one of your 8 friends?
Oh yeah, it's always those are the only people
Do
I
you
talk to and like
think-
some of their boyfriends.
Do you think that one of them did that on purpose to get at you?
Oh
So that
no,
can get
they
the
would never
guy.
do that. None
Okay.
of my friends have ever like been out to get me, but yeah, never. But they've definitely been like, Lily, let's aim a little higher, shall we? And I'm like, no. And then, you know, I always end up having to circle back and be like, hey, so you're smarter than me.
Isn't it so funny that your friends' standards are often higher for yourself than your own?
Yeah, you know what? I feel like I'm fine with the fact that that's the case because it's like, all right, you know, as long as someone's got my back right now, like I'll have yours when you're dating a diagnosable sociopath, and hopefully it'll all even out.
What's mom's opinion? When does mom get involved with potential
Like
guys?
never.
Never.
I don't really tell my parents like any of that stuff because I don't know, my dad, he really likes to like make fun of my brother and I, and you know, that kind of thing, just like in like good spirits. And my mom, like, God bless her, I should tell her more, but whenever she wants to girl talk, like I feel like I was born kind of like innately embarrassed. And so whenever it comes to conversations like that, I'm like, no, I can't, no. And so, you know, I'll maybe tell her like about someone who I am into, but other than that, I just kind of, I'm like, I'll invite you to the wedding. I love you so much.
Sweet.
Nice. What's one thing you believe is underrated in a relationship, but absolutely essential?
Ooh, underrated but essential. I mean, I think just like, God, I don't even know if it's underrated, but how you guys talk to each other when like nobody's around or when it is really low stakes conversations. And I base this more on like my friends' relationships because I've never been in like a long-term thing. But like seeing the difference, how, you know, some of my friends and their significant others will just be so gentle with each other, and like patience, I think, is a big thing. I've seen that and be a really great thing. And then for some of my other friends where it's like, oh, like fucking whatever, like being dismissive or whatever, it really, I feel like kind of informs other parts of the relationship in ways that you don't expect and that I don't hear about until it's like, oh, he cheated on me, or oh, he put a gun in my head. That's never happened. But, you know, I think that those little tiny, as I ruin your microphone, like micro communication-y situations like are a bigger deal than
Definitely the way you
like,
speak to each other in any kind of relationship, let alone be a marriage or a long-term relationship, is super important. But then we also know people who they like yell, well, not yell and scream at each other, but like are very aggressive with each other, but somehow that works for them. You know what I mean? Like they take the absolute piss out of each other all of the time, almost to the point where you're like, are you okay?
No, I have one of my best friends. She has like ended relationships over the fact that she has felt like her boyfriends like wouldn't fight, quote unquote, for her enough because she likes to argue through things like in a loving way, but you know, she likes passionate. The intensity in that whole kind of situation. And like, if a guy can't do that and is like, okay, well, let's unpack this, she's like, shut the fuck up. Like, you know, and for her, it's like, that is what's healthy for her. She likes to yell through it, but in a loving way.
There may be a little trauma there.
You know,
like a little bit,
but they've all got it somewhere.
I was about to say.
Yeah.
What's something you've never admitted to a partner that might surprise them?
Ooh, never admitted that might surprise them. You know, I'm a really painfully open book. I don't really know. I don't know. I had really bad acne when I was younger. I probably tell them that too. I don't know.
I was gonna say, I wrote these questions without actually knowing you, and now a couple of them I just realized are completely off board because I feel like you would have said everything and anything.
I don't know what I wouldn't say.
Though. This seems like a really...
Which one, darling?
Good question for Lily. If you could create a relationship survival kit with quirky items and advice, what would be in it?
Ooh, relationship survival kit. There would not be a phone in there for sure. Maybe like nail clippers. That's all I got.
Why nail clippers? Wait, why nail clippers?
I don't know. I've had friends get in some really sticky situations
and
because nails were so long. Yeah.
Wait.
That sounded like a sexual analogy, and I really liked it.
Situations because their nails were so long?
Yeah.
Like what?
Like I have to go to urgent care because your nails are too long.
Sexually?
It's going straight over his head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
You get it.
I understand.
Okay, so that's in there for sure. Maybe like contraceptives. I don't fucking know. Survival kit. Man, I don't know. I'm trying to think of. I'm like, what would fit in a pouch? But I know that's not what you mean.
Probably like pepper spray.
Yeah,
for a
you pissed me
off. Why do you need pepper spray for a relationship?
Survival kit.
Maybe like $500 Visa gift card. Like
that's nice. I like that one.
I don't know.
All right, your section's done. We're going to do a couple of questions about love, and then we're going to move on to a subject that I find very interesting and you may be able to help with. So if you had to describe love as a flavor, what would it taste like? And
Oh,
why?
strawberry and vanilla, only because that's my favorite flavor combination. And I feel like love is pink and maybe heart-shaped. And there's a candy that I really like that looks like that and tastes like that. Done.
I like that. If your younger self could see your current love life, what advice would they give you?
Do something.
But she's still so young.
It's true.
Well,
know?
I'm so young, but then two of my best friends, like Eden and Jonathan. Eden's younger than I am, and she's got that shit on lock.
I'm so
Do we
in
think
love.
that Eden and Jonathan are going to get married?
Yes,
I fucking hope so.
And if they don't, dig 3 graves because we're all going down.
So it's always going to force them to get married, even if they don't want to, because they're so beautiful
But
together.
I feel like they would. I mean, they complement each other so well.
They
I
do.
think it's gonna happen, but I don't want to jinx it.
I also think it would take a little bit of time. It's like they're both super young. Granted, they just moved in with each other, so we're just like telling everybody your life, Jonathan and Eden.
Yeah.
But I
We're
think
just on the podcast.
no, but I think it will take a little time. But I think they'll get there. I think they'll.
I
they'll
really
get married. If your love life was a movie genre, what would it be and why?
Oh my god. Well, it would just be a comedy because I feel like I've got a lot of, or like one of those comedies that's like sort of hard to watch, but you can get through it. Only because like I've found myself in a lot of like unfortunate situations that at the time I'm like, oh fuck, I'm so upset over this. But then even like reading back journal entries or whatever, or like hearing it back from my friends a couple months later, it's so funny to all of us. And it's like, nothing was ever that fucking serious. Like, it's all just so laughable that it's like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, it's a comedy. You know that episode of The Office, Scott's Tots, where like he promises this class of children when they're in like kindergarten that he'll pay for all of their college tuitions when they're older. And then they graduate high school and he doesn't have any money to pay for their tuitions. And it's like it's so fucking hard to watch it, but it's really funny. It's like that. If Scott's Tots was a movie genre, that is my love life.
I love it.
I love you so much. You're so funny.
I love you.
All right, so we're going to move into a section about how to move on from somebody, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, even though you said that, have you ever been in love?
No.
No? Have you been in a long-term serious relationship?
No.
Okay.
Like I said, perfect person to be on this podcast.
I love it. I love it so much. But also at the same time, I feel like you've seen plenty of friends probably go through situations and also helped friends.
And
go through
I've experienced limerence to the fullest extent.
Okay.
Like,
I love it.
yeah.
What, in your opinion, what's the best way to move on from a breakup?
Oh, just be with your friends. Be with your friends. Or, I mean, my friends and I kind of have a little recipe for that at this point, which is, I mean, for the friends of mine who aren't sober, it's get as drunk as humanly possible the night that everything goes to shit. And then after that, don't leave your friend's sides until everybody believes that you're not going to go home and like text him or hurt yourself.
Either or.
And it works every time. And like, oh, and we're going out. We're definitely going out. And any hot guy that you see, like, I don't know, one of our girlfriends who got out of a relationship recently, she came over, she was crying the whole thing, and we have photos of like all of us wiping her face down, putting makeup on her. We had a dress and heels picked out for her by the time she got over to the house, like, and we got her shit ass fucking wasted and we went out. And then it was fine, literally by the next day.
Oh, you guys
That's
are good
amazing.
friends. Yeah.
How many of the 8 are in relationships?
Let me see. 4, half.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's kind of nice. So split down the middle.
Yeah.
4 in relationships, 4 single, and you
Totally.
both can like inform each other about different things.
That's a good recipe.
Yeah.
So too.
I wish I had that with my friends when I was single.
Well, you're not single anymore. You're married.
When we broke up the first time, maybe I could have had Lily and her friends give me heels and a dress. And
Yeah,
I
and we
would've got
so
fucked up or
would.
something.
You know what?
Do you remember when we put you in a wig and gave you fake boobs in Australia? You looked hilarious.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. How did you feel with the boobs on?
They were huge.
Was it
I mean,
empowering for you, or were you like, I'm
No, they're
really
too
happy to
big.
take these off? Oh,
Like
yeah.
if I looked
Need a
more
more modest
feminine, I would
size.
have maybe enjoyed it. But I was so.
Are you like, my hips are too
aggressive.
narrow for this?
I just looked so aggressive. I
He also had a beard, so it's really like kind of killed
Yeah.
the fantasy.
Oh,
You know what I mean? What do you think? What's the most ridiculous thing that you've seen either one of your friends or yourself do to be able to get over a breakup?
Ooh, to get over a breakup. Oh, well, okay. One time I was involved in the ridiculousness. One of my friends, one of the 8 girls, she had a bad breakup, and she loves to collect like costumey things, and so we all put on costumes. Like we were in and like in dresses. I think I was dressed as like a pirate, like it was like that sort of thing, like just whatever the fuck we could put together. And she also had this dinosaur hand puppet that we brought with us. Like that. We were just like, you gotta not think about anything.
My wheels are spinning. I wish we could do a segment where we set up a blind date and the girl on the blind date shows up dressed like that and just get the guy's reaction.
If you want someone to do that,
wait, have you seen
maybe you'll find me my husband.
Love it. Have you seen that dating show where they dress them up as like they do full hair and makeup, but in like the weirdest ways? Like one will be in like an alien and the other one will be a rhinoceros. Oh my God, I can't even think of the name of it.
It's Netflix or something.
Wild.
That would be that sounds like Netflix.
It's absolutely wild, and it's like the whole guise of it is to be able to make sure that, you know, you're not judging somebody based off their looks and like their voices.
You're judging somebody based on their rhinoceros horn.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And that's what counts.
I think one of them was a rhinoceros horn.
There was like a plethora of different animals and like weird things. That would be fucking
Dress me up
hilarious.
as a rhinoceros. Since you have a Jack in the Box with the least eligible bachelor in Los Angeles.
I love that you chose Jack in the Box too. You're up, babe.
I'm up again? Okay. Okay, game. How to get a girl to love you again.
You don't need to say game.
Yeah, I do. I have to give the audience
read the prompt,
insight into what's going on.
Read the prompt.
You know?
How to get a girl. Well, what did you do?
That's why he shouldn't have read.
That's like, you know, when the people read the prompter, read this.
That's Joe doing that.
That was the title. The question is, in the spirit of all that, we get questions all the time from men about varying topics, but one that comes up quite often is how to get a girl back. So I thought there was no better moment than to pick your brain and your advice for the fellas out there. How I want you to imagine, what is this paper? Oh, however I want you to imagine it's on one of your exes trying to get you back. Your grammar's a little bit poor on
we'll
this.
get you in my acting class, teach you how to read.
Holy shit, bro. That was butchered. Basically, the gist of what he was just trying to say is, in the spirit of all of that, Lily, we get a lot of questions, especially from men, and one of which being how to get a girl back.
Okay.
Right? So I want you to imagine that this is from your perspective and you're giving advice. You
don't even know what you're saying.
So is this my friend I'm giving advice to?
Read the fucking prompt.
Listen, moving forward, don't give me long ones. I can't read.
You're never reading anything again.
He's like, thank God.
See how gently we talk to each other? It's so nice.
Wow.
You're getting a glimpse into marriage.
I love it.
I said, however, I want you to imagine it's one of your exes trying to get you back and how you would kind of go about it, all right? So if they had to write you a letter using only song lyrics, what song should they use to win your heart back?
Oh my God.
The look of disgust on her face.
Yeah, I'm like, actually go fuck yourself instead. Maybe like, like Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays by NSYNC, like something stupid. It would have to be like, if you're going that angle, you would have to like make me laugh. There are no romantic words. There's no loving anything that would make me do anything other than be like, oh God, and like make fun of you to all of my friends. But if you like took a comedic approach, like that would Carnival well by Kanye West, like, okay, like now it's funny.
What if they made you like a period mix or something?
A period mix?
It's from
fuck?
It's from Friends of Benefits.
Is that why we broke up? Was I really
It's from
hormonal?
Friends of Benefits when Ashton Kutcher, he makes her the period mix.
You never made me a period mix. That's rude.
I'll make you a period mix.
Good job, thanks, babe. If they had to create a themed dinner, what would be on the menu?
Oh, well, I mean, does there have to be a theme, or can I just be like, make me all of my favorite foods, and if you do a good job, we're fine?
It could be the theme is your favorite foods.
Yeah, the theme is me. And we're having rotisserie chicken, hummus and potato chips, a big bowl of salmon roe, and Swedish candy. And you did it. we're back together.
A recipe for a stomach
For
ache?
diarrhea.
Or diarrhea.
And if he can survive my diarrhea, then we know that he's worthy of coming back into my life.
You know, one of the things, was that like our...
I don't know what you're going to say, but this is becoming the last 5 minutes of roasting me, but go ahead.
What? No, it was going to say something really sweet.
Good, switch it up.
Is
Nice. Say something nice.
when we were, I think it was like maybe our 5th or 6th date, and I don't know what the fuck happened. I'm Australian and like my heritage is Irish. I'm a good drinker, right? We went out one night and both of us, something must have happened. Someone must have spiked our fucking drinks. I don't know what the hell happened.
Both of you?
No, legitimately, because I had 2 drinks and I was shit-faced.
Maybe I accidentally spiked both of us. I was meant to just spike you, but I spiked myself
Such
instead.
a rookie rookie error. Anyway, came home and I don't remember anything, but Joe said that I was sitting on the edge of my bed and I was like, I'm going to puke. And then I puked all over myself, all over him. And then he was like, I knew that I loved you because I picked you up and I put you in the shower and I washed you off. And then he went and puked in the shower. That's why I'm saying I think we were both roofied.
So sweet.
But that's like those little... So if someone can handle diarrhea...
Yeah,
or
well, if
puke,
somebody can handle diarrhea, I think they can handle anything.
I agree.
can't handle
Yeah, I
diarrhea.
don't know if I would have handled the diarrhea.
Vomit is fine though. All of my best friends know I've got like insane acid reflux. So this is actually something that whoever my significant other ends up being for any length of time, I mean, my best friend is like in the corner over there. She can tell you, like, if we go anywhere, eat anything, drink anything, almost every time afterwards, I'm like throwing up a little bit in the bushes. So if you can't handle that, it's not,
are you okay?
I'm gonna go see a doctor.
Please, darling. Not normal.
Yeah, so the
Not
vomit,
helpful.
like, you know, even whether we're roofied or not, they're gonna have to deal with that. I'm really efficient with it, but, you know, they're still gonna have to figure it out.
Super efficient with it. All right, last one. What is the most unique and wonderful gift that they could give you that would show that they've genuinely changed?
Oh, changed?
Well, no,
I
it
was just
doesn't
going to be
change,
like
but, like,
gift.
Yeah, gift though. But
Yeah,
any kind
no.
of gift.
Gift to show that they've changed would be what I've decided is my dream gift of all time, which is an IMAX, like, film spool, like, huge thing of Dune Part 1 in the case so I could bring it to a movie theater or put it in my hopeful future home theater and play it IMAX whenever I want to see it. That if anybody got me that, I don't care who got, if somebody I had never met in my life who had like maybe killed 1 or 2 people got me that and was like, the condition is you're marrying me, done.
Wow.
I would get back with anybody who did that.
Dune 1?
Yes.
Why Dune
well,
1?
both. Well, I don't know. I just had a really crazy.
Do you like Dune?
I
I've
like
never
Dune.
seen Dune.
I mean,
Does she like Dune?
I don't know.
no, I hate it
what's
actually.
Dune
Thank you for
about?
asking. So Dune, well, okay.
That's with Timothée Chalamet and
Yeah.
Zendaya?
Dune is, so it's a like book from 1964 and it's like a science fiction story basically about like planted sort of like messiah and his, you know, him like figuring out that that's the case and that it's all kind of like shaped for him to. It's fucking cool as fuck though. I don't really know.
Why are you
what
trying to make it?
It's in the year
explain the entire-
10,191.
I was giving her
on
a
another
moment to talk
planet,
about her
like,
film.
and it's yeah, it's.
I really do
science
want to watch it, but you know who
fiction-y
could probably get that for you?
Tyler. Yeah.
She knew. All right, we're going to round this out with one more game.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
It's Would You Rather, the dating edition.
Love.
All right. Would you rather your partner always show up 30 minutes late but with a great excuse, or 30 minutes early but in a questionable outfit?
Early with a questionable outfit, because I think a questionable outfit's hilarious.
I love that.
Or actually, like, do both sometimes. I want to hear your excuse if it's fun, and I want to see your fucked up outfit. Do it all.
Would you rather have a deep emotional connection with someone without physical attraction, or strong physical attraction without emotional connection?
Oh, well, the first one for sure, because there's hardly ever physical attraction involved in the equation.
That's what you were saying. That
Yeah.
you're very rarely physically attracted to people. It's funny.
Or, like, the guys who I think are attractive are never the guys who I actually want to spend my time with. Like, there hasn't been, like, a real crossover there.
Oh, so you haven't gotten, like, the
Yeah.
sapiosexual kind of side of it alongside of the
yeah,
physicality.
along with the heterosexual.
Sapiosexual is not.
No, but I mean, like, with, you know, it's
Say-
like brain with, like,
Brain
human
with-
man.
Yes,
You know,
exactly.
we'll get there.
Would you rather have the ability to know exactly what someone's thinking on a date, like AKA read their brains, or always be able to tell when someone is lying?
Ooh, I think I'd prefer shit, because I'm like, maybe sometimes. Oh, actually, the first one for sure, because what if they're lying because they did something really nice for me and they don't want me to know about it yet?
Oh, that's an interesting angle.
Like, really stupid fucking blind optimism.
I like your optimism.
Thank you.
Would you rather date someone who insists on using baby talk all of the time, or someone who texts in all caps all day, every day?
All caps. Definitely all caps. I don't like the baby talk shit. No, I don't like that lovey-dovey kind of shit.
What if they baby talk, but they got you that Dune IMAX thing?
Oh.
Well, maybe I can manifest myself going deaf, and there's not a lot of talking in Dune Part 1. Put on the subtitles. It's fine.
I love that that's your remedy to it. Would you rather have a partner read all of your text messages right now, or have them watch every embarrassing moment you've ever had on a loop?
Wait, like a loop for the rest of time? No, can they see anything else?
Not for like the next week.
Oh. You know what? I'll go embarrassing moments because they've probably heard about them anyway, and there's so many that I don't think the video would loop back around by the time the week was over. And so there'd be so many, maybe they wouldn't remember all of them.
Be like an onslaught of images that they wouldn't be able to retain.
They'd be like,
anything.
Oh, shit, that was crazy. I don't remember. Your skin was so bad when you were 14.
Kind of in that same vein, would you rather always have to do a trust fall at the start of every first date, or start each date by sharing your most embarrassing moment?
Most embarrassing moment, because I feel like I do that anyway.
Okay.
And a lot of the guys I go on dates with probably couldn't catch me.
What kind of people are you dating that couldn't catch you?
They're smaller than you?
Oh, they're like, the
You're
one
so
like
itty-bitty.
physical consistency that I really love in a guy is like skinny and tall. And so it's like, you might just be like, oh, like I might knock him over. I feel like
I actually was envisioning your type as we're speaking, and it was exactly like an artsy guy who's super skinny and, long hair.
Well, when I go to Jack in the Box dressed as a rhinoceros, find me one of those.
Okay.
Would you rather have your entire dating history broadcasted on social media, or have all of your future dates live streamed to an audience of your choice?
Both.
Never in a million years thought that both would be the answer, but I fucking love that. Would you rather never be able to use dating apps again, or only be able to date people who you met on a dating app?
Never be able to use dating apps again.
I thought that was going to be an easy one.
Only because I've done the whole dating app thing before, and it was so hard for me to figure out or like to find people who I was actually connecting with, because looking at someone and being like, oh, you're hot, never worked out for me.
Going back to what you were saying earlier, the face and the brain don't always match up. Well, actually, tell her, before I do the last Would You Rather, as we wrap up here, I want you to tell her about the key differentiators of our app and then see.
Oh, yeah. So did you know that we have an app?
Yes, I was looking into it. That shit's cool.
Yeah. So the key differentiators are: the first point of contact is a date. So someone picks a during time and place, sends you an actual date. The second one is you can only have one date per day. So you can only have.
Hopefully. Yeah.
One, we don't want two or three.
Keeping it a little bit more intentional.
And then
I thought you meant like different people. Oh, you do?
Yeah, like you only have one different person per day.
Yeah.
And then the third one was you could only chat 24 hours before the date. So it'll give you a little bit of time, but
that's cool.
We make the first date organic.
Out of those, which one's your favorite and why?
Of those little thingies?
Like, which one speaks to you the most, especially with modern dating nowadays? And like you said, half of your friends are single, half of your friends in relationships. Like, what one do you think that, especially people of your...
Like, do you like a guy being forward and asking you on a date right away, or would you rather talk to them?
Well, I mean, I feel like I'm very accustomed to like becoming friends with somebody first, but honestly, yeah, I like the whole, like, let's just go for it. And I really like the whole 24-hour thing, because it's like, okay, we're doing this, we committed to the bit, so let's get to know each other. And I feel like that kind of already is like an icebreaker, because it's like, oh shit, we both know that we're doing this, so I can't just be like, hey, ghost for the rest of time. Like,
yeah, exactly.
I think it kind of goes back into that chivalry that you were talking about in terms of like the man paying the dates. Like, make the plan, and like you said, it's a beautiful icebreaker, because you're like, okay, they have a plan, we already know what we're doing, and then you can kind of prepare for it in a little way.
They know they're getting me Sauvignon Blanc. Cheers to you guys.
Cheers
they're
to
going to
you.
bring their wallet.
Yeah, hopefully.
They're taking you to Jack in the Box.
Well, I'm not bringing my wallet because I probably lost it. I lost my wallet so many times.
Oh my God, your stomach and you're just losing things constantly.
Yeah,
Poor
okay.
darling.
So I'm not bringing a wallet, but I will throw up. So I hope that makes up for it.
All right, last would you rather, and then Joe, you're going to do the outro. Ready? Would you rather have sex in front of 100 people or describe in detail the first time you ever had sex to your parents?
Are they 100 people I'm ever going to see again?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh. You know what? Yeah, I'll still pick that one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You don't want to talk to your parents about that first time?
No.
All right, Lily, thank you, darling, so
Lily,
much
you
for
were
being
amazing.
here today.
You lived up to the bill. Jonathan said you were going to be funny, and you were funnier than I expected.
You exceeded the
Well, thank
expectations.
You're amazing. Where could the people find you? What are you working on that you want to plug next?
You can find me wherever you want. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me... Oh, you can find me on Snapchat in the month of December, posting me opening an advent calendar every single day for 25 days. I've done it for like 8 years. Not that anybody uses Snapchat and not that you care, but you can find me there. I'll be there December 1st.
What's the Snap
I love how you're
handle?
looking directly
It's
at the camera.
Lily. It's my name. I have a movie coming out at some point called Cowboy Killer.
Ooh.
I don't know when that will be, but look out for it. Because I get my tits out. That's that.
Awesome.
Incredible.
And thank you all for listening. Check out one of our past episodes. Subscribe. It helps us so much. We appreciate you all, and happy dating. We'll see you next time.
Happy dating. Thank you, Lily.
Love you.
Love you.
So fun.